I've made a huge mistake. For some reason, I applied to like 17,000 different comic book and entertainment conventions for the first quarter of this year, thinking maybe I'll get invited to like one or two and I can sell my books there. I've gotten invited to all of them, so which is not 17, it's four. I'm going to be at Big Lit Comic Con here in Roanoke, Virginia, in this weekend. I'm going to be at C2E2 in Chicago in March. I'm going to be at Fan Expo in Philadelphia in May. There is a fourth one. I don't know. Traditionally at these conventions, what I do is I set up all my books for sale, of course, and I like doing that because I like to sell all my books. But I think the problem is that there are so many books. Like I've written 12 at this point, 12 novels and short story collections, and I think when they're spread out across the table, they take up a whole table. And when people come up to them, I feel it's probably pretty overwhelming actually, because I always sell like Apocalypticon sells. That one sells really well. The other one's less so. I mean, Apocalypticon is, for some reason, there's something about it people are just into, whether it's online, whether it's in a convention, like they're into it, and that's great. Um, what I think I'm going to do now, I'm going to try. What I think I'm going to try for these cons is only bringing Apocalypticon books. I'm going to bring a bunch of the first one and then a few of the rest of the series, 2, 3, and 4, and just make it an Apocalypticon table instead of a whole Clayton Smith table, just Apocalypticon. To make this successful, I think I'm going to need some props. My good friend and very talented author, Benjamin Wallace, who, if you haven't read Ben Wallace's books, but you like my books, go read Ben's, because he and I have very similar stories. We write very differently, but our stories are very similar. He also writes post-apocalyptic action comedy. So if you like what I write, you will almost certainly also like what Ben writes. So go check him out. But one of the things Ben has when he does a con, he's got a whole like very orchestrated setup, and it's really great. And he has some things that are like conversation starting props on the table. For example, he brings a gas mask and just puts it on the table, and people are like, "What's this gas mask? Tell me about it. Can I try it on? Can I get a picture with the gas mask on?" He's like, "Sure, it's gross, but go ahead." Now I don't have anything like that yet, because and the gas mask, it's post-apocalyptic, but that's not. It doesn't really tie into my apocalypse stories so well. If I were smart, I would actually write. I would write a piece of a book about people wearing gas masks, and I could just do that. I should do that. I got to be smarter. I've always struggled though to think about like what do I have? What can I use as props that make sense within my books and also might draw people over? So I don't know if this is going to work, but I have an idea and I would love to share it with you. I went on eBay and I got this set of Amtrak model trains. Now, if you haven't read the Apocalypticon books, the Amtrak train, a particular Amtrak train, plays a big part in the whole series. And I went online. I found this model train set, and I'll tell you, if you're a model train enthusiast, you may want to stop watching this video because I'm gonna fuck it up pretty bad. What I thought that I could do was take this model train and then make it look like it's been through the apocalypse, specifically my apocalypse from the series. And so I have a test here. I want to show you. So this is one of the cars. This is my test car, which actually I'm pretty happy with. The lighting here is bad, but you can see it's covered in lime green monkey dust, this yellowish greenish monkey dust. This was an observation car, so it has this glass over the top where you could see through it once upon a time, but it's covered in monkey dust. Also, you can see the blood. It's also obviously shattered. So that's on here. Inside the observation car, you see more green dust. You see some blood. And also, there's like, there's a blood on the doorway where, that seems like a high blood potential area. Also, I found these things actually char pretty well. They do, you can light this train on fire and it'll burn for a while. Smells terrible. And I would recommend, if you're going to do this, do what I didn't do and wear a mask because, oh boy, brain cells gone. But I'm going to do the whole train like this. I'm going to have it set up on the table. It's going to be a post-apocalyptic Amtrak train, and I'm hoping that will draw some attention. And people will be like, "This is a cool train. What's the story here?" I don't know if it's going to work, but I would love to hear if you think it's an interesting idea. Please let me know in the comments. And also, if you've read the books, or if you haven't, I don't care, and you have some ideas on what other props I could use, I would love to hear it. And the sooner the better, because the first con is in like 6 days.